5 teams already have had their major dreams crushed, and 3 more will not make it to the Legends stage. It's our last day of the Challenger stage here at the FACEIT Major, live from London, Twickenham Stadium. And this is crunch time. Best of 1s up until this point, but now we step into the best of 3s. This is where your true everything is tested. Your player's endurance, your map pool, everything you have got and prepared gets used today. As it's sink or swim, it's fight or flight, and we'll find out who is indeed going to get themselves across the line to the Legends stage. Quick reminder, if you are watching and if you are new to the broadcast or everything in between, hashtag FACEIT Major is how you get involved, how you stay involved and stay up to date. Join the conversation with the hashtag FACEIT Major, nice and easy to do. And indeed, no stranger to social media, we have Chad Sponge Birchall and someone whose Instagram game is about as good as my mum's. It's Damien Dap Steele. How are we doing today, gents?
I'm working on it.
Yeah, wow. Progress.
Yeah, baby steps.
Yeah, that's all I can ask for.
By the end of tomorrow, we'll have him an extra couple of followers.
I'm not good with the hashtags.
Me neither. I haven't worked it out yet.
Am I too old for the hashtags?
You might be. There might be a cut-off.
I think I missed the hashtag boat.
You might have. Gentlemen, we had 16 teams coming into this event, and we are down now to the real nitty and gritty. We're looking to lose 4 today. That's bad maths, actually. 3 today.
3 progress, 3 go home, and then we continue in a couple of days' time. But
that's how it works.
It's like normally we have grand final Sunday. It's like someone's going to lift the trophy. Well, today there's going to be tears for 2 reasons. One, you're actually going to make it to the next stage of the major, which is a dream for so many. Or you're going to have your hopes and dreams in the last 6 months of your life of grueling hard work taken away from you by losing 60 rounds.
Yeah.
Or in this case, in this major, it could be 160 rounds. Who knows?
I mean, so far we've lost Virtus.pro, Space Soldiers, Renegades, Rogue, and Gambit, and I'm still replaying that Rogue game in my head. I feel like they're the team that were just out of reach steps into coming into the last day.
Yeah, that was a match that they really threw away, and that's sort of been a trend for Rogue almost in this major. Is they threw away the Astralis game as well. So the thing with Rogue is it was a very impressive run, to be honest. Just huge. Really slipped it up against 2 of the better teams. I
mean, no, I'd disagree. I'd argue with that. I'd say that they put on such a great face versus the likes of Astralis and North. Those 2 games they lost. I mean, they were a round or 2 away from fighting back. It was actually the loss versus Spirit, which really did kind of hinder them. And these are your results as we take a walk through round 1, round 2, round 3.
Face.
Yeah.
I think, you know, the mistakes are amplified at this level, right? When you are in the best of 1 environment, making that mistake in a 1v3 on pistol round is enough for you to have it all snatched and taken away from you. And that's the kind of small margins that we are looking at with Counter-Strike in this regard. And over this whole, well, today's day 5, but over the last 4 days, we have had some of the closest Counter-Strike in a major that I have remembered by any time. If you just reflect back to E-League, obviously we had the Cloud9 versus FaZe grand final on Inferno. Inferno and Majors just seem to go all the way and so much more.
Yes, hand in hand. There were 2 teams that got locked themselves in after just 3 games. That was Team Liquid and Ninjas and Pyjamas, hence why you're not seeing them past this day. It was round 3 where they managed to secure themselves the win versus Astralis, a huge overtime game, 28-26. And that wasn't the only 28-26 of the day. Good grief. Yes, Optic versus TyLoo. I'll be seeing more from TyLoo and Optic today as both teams are still in limbo. 2 wins, 2 losses is the story of today, and you can see where that second win came from for TyLoo. It was up against Renegades, and that left our analysts feeling a little baffled.
I'm not quite sure if maybe baffled by what Renegades showed up to this major qualifier with. When you have TyLoo, there's always that not unexpected quantity, but X factor with those guys. And coming up today against Spirit in the opening match, they have a huge chance right now to put Asian Counter-Strike in the top 16 of the world. And I think that they have the ability to do it with what they've shown. The individuals have been stepping up, and that would be really huge for the region, right? Renegades haven't made one since ESL 1 Cologne 2015, and I won't get stuck into the story. I can see you smirking about it. But it's been some time since we've had a representative from that region going deep in the major.
Yeah, not to be for this time here in London. And now we focus on a team that have really pulled their weight. In fact, they're looking fantastic. They picked up wins versus North, a win versus Rogue, and a heavenly close game versus the likes. Who was it? Let me get it. I want to make sure I get it right. It was the Astralis
Vegas
game.
Squadron.
Astralis as well versus Spirit was a complete whitewash.
They got washed out 16-3.
But Vegas Squadron, which was where they basically had a 13-round lead and squandered it.
12-3 first half and they lost.
You hate to see it. Well, we're going to speak to them because I did sit down with our camera crew a little earlier on, and we can actually hear what Team Spirit are saying coming into this major.
It's like dreaming, I think. Of course, no one expects this from us, but I think if we play our game like we can play, we can do that.
Я сказал то, что типа мажор для меня самый главный турнир в жизни, что каждая команда очень сильно готовится к этому турниру, и никто недооценивает.
It's really cool actually, and FACEIT make everything super good, like practice zone and food and sleep in bed. I think we can qualify for next stage, and after this we're gonna fight for everyone we get. Cheer for us and we will be strong with you.
Oh man, well they've managed to get our hearts, so we'll see if they can get the game. It's going to be a tough one. Best of 3 coming up, and I mean, you got to hear from Sumdai Young there. He is the youngest and newest player to this roster, and I mean him alongside the rest have truly really pulled their socks up coming to this event.
Yeah, I think this is a match where you're going to sort of see all the individuals from Spirit firing on all cylinders. One person we haven't really talked about is Dima, and he's actually their best performing player this event at a 1.07 rating. So it's going to be interesting to see their depth that we've sort of been talking about over this event, because TyLoo's a team that even in IEM Shanghai, they sort of choked in the final versus us, where they didn't play that scrimmy, fast style that they normally do, and I'm interested to see if TyLoo sort of gives Spirit that room that they gave us.
I think the most impressive thing with Spirit is coming into this, a lot of us were expecting it to be a mini Vega, but in other ways it's more like a mini flip side with structured, well-rounded Counter-Strike on the T side. They're playing a proper brand, they do the defaults well. But if you look at these guys throughout the tournament, the 2 games in which they had lost, you know, obviously we don't want to kind of factor in those results. They weren't able to get much done there, but in the ones that they won, Coldy had a really big performance on that blowout over Rogue, and then the big player for me against North, which was such a legit win, that's their most legit victory in the whole tournament, on Nuke, was Sotfik as the in-game leader, and the way that he played outside, he was the highest rated player there. Yeah. So if you look at those 2 as like potential win conditions in this environment, then you have to put them at the top of the chain, or at least the win condition for Spirit.
Couldn't agree more. In fact, we have to talk about their opponents as well. Daps has been in a grand final against them, and now they look to pick up 1 best of 3 to get themselves to the new Legends stage. Let's talk TyLoo.
This is a major. We have nothing to lose. We just give our best to make an upset. I think so far we doing well, better than the last time. To qualify for it is already a dream come true. So if we can win it major, I cannot believe it.
This is my first experience against top team, and also like the major, like really a big tournament, right? So our main goal is, of course, like we want to become a winner, but I think our priority now is like we want to become a legend. I think we need to fix our weakest map, and then I think we can win this game.
So I guess in major, everyone in our team will give their best to prove one more time that TyLoo can be a top team also.
We are from Asian, right? And then if we can really win that major, I think we really make a big history.
It's TyLoo now, who have been a bit of a mainstay at some of these larger European events, and of course nothing larger than the UK FACEIT Major. Now waiting to see if they can maintain this style. You've already got me nervous, Daps, because you just said that they can, at times, lose what makes them so special in the precious environments.
Yeah, and sort of the storyline I want to go for here is BenTet has not been playing how he normally does. So it's going to be interesting. I think personally, if BenTet plays how he normally does, this is going to be a fairly easy best of 3 for TyLoo. But But so far, Xcrit's been very impressive, and other individuals such as Somebody has also been stepping up a lot. So
I just want to either back that up or clarify that point. In the 2 games that TyLoo have won, BenTet has been the highest rated player.
Yes.
In the games that they lost, Somebody and Xcrit were having a lot of impact, but they were unable to convert those games. So for me, BenTet becomes the win condition exactly. He has to play and be the best player on the team, or at least that's been proven so in the context of this tournament, if they want to put the W's on the board.
Yeah, and these rosters, of course, are brought to you by DreamTeam.gg, and this is somebody, and this is somebody who I want to talk about because the plays he's been making are very interesting to me, because they strike me as a play you only make when you are either you think you're better than your opponent, or you think, or you've been positively reinforced the idea that you can get away with it, which I can't help but feel he has.
He's a disruptive player, right? The way that you see him play around smokes, I like to call these type of players moths, because it's like moths to a flame. When they see a smoke, they gravitate towards it and they want to play around it and use it to their advantage. We obviously saw that clutch round yesterday, that 1v3 situation against Renegades. He's thinking and playing Counter-Strike outside of the box, not in the fundamentally sound way by any means. And that's why he is so disruptive, because he can unravel a strategy with 1 kill. And that is a huge thing to have against a structured opponent.
Yeah, absolutely. And in fact, we got a head-to-head for you, which does put a couple of perhaps unfamiliar names, I mean, that's one of them at least for Team Spirit, Sotfik. They're going up against BenTet, who we've already outlined is a win condition for them. But this is the 2 in-game leaders putting their stats to the test.
Yeah, and these were brought up again. Once again, I think BenTet is the biggest win condition. Obviously, like I already stated, he has been the highest rated player for TyLoo in their victories, and Sotfik with their only legitimate win. Well, not only legitimate win, their most legitimate win over North. He was the highest rated player, and I really liked how he applied himself outside to make life difficult for that unit. So I think these guys are going to be hugely integral in this best of 3.
I've got a fun stat for you.
Sure.
Not from Sotfik or BenTet, so we'll come back to us. But did you know that Dima from Team Spirit has the highest flash assist rating in the entire major so far?
That's pretty nice.
Okay.
Pick. Now, we saw Spirit have a very good game on Mirage to kick off the tournament against Vega. They were unable to close it out, but they won a lot of rounds on that T side. Their CT side was abysmal, but TyLoo have looked really good on Inferno. It's looked like a well-rounded map for them, so they'll be happy to take either of those. And there's the overpass pick, which gives TyLoo the choice of side, and it is... I don't know what that little graphic there means.
I think it's the side choice?
Yeah, so does that mean that...
What graphic?
Spirit,
the
little
CT
symbol.
icon.
I'm not sure if that means
yes,
that
it
they're
does.
going
It means they pick CT.
Okay.
So they get to pick the map and the side?
Apparently so. TyLoo are picking themselves CT
pretty cool.
as well. Yeah.
I wish more events were like that.
What, so you can pick your map and then choose your side?
Let's maybe not read too much into that right away. We'll wait and see what happens in the server, because it could be represented by on either side of the screen as to which side it plays. There's so many different variations.
I think TyLoo here is respecting Spirit's Mirage in a way, because this happened last time they played each other as well, as TyLoo picked Inferno and not Mirage. And generally TyLoo goes to Mirage for... I think it's just because Spirit is a good Mirage team, and they don't want it to be...
That's a good third.
That's a cool third map.
Yeah. I think there's clear favorites on the openers, and then if we make it to the third, then that's where it gets really the nitty and the gritty, right? We get to see the structured defaults versus the more sporadic, more scrimmy style of TyLoo coming out. But you heard yesterday when they played Renegades in the post-interview, or an interview somewhere, that they changed up their T side a lot after that Optic game that they lost in overtime, right? And they've actually adapted and played a little bit more, because like in that Optic game, it felt like the way they were playing was to lure Optic into the aggression, actually push and take advantage of that. You saw several times Config would push and get caught by like Xcrit waiting with the AWP. They changed that up against Renegades and they felt more well-rounded. But Alex, I know you are a romantic. There have only been one player out of these 10 who have ever played in the top 16 of a major. And that
Can I guess?
Yes, you can. It's an easy one.
Davkos.
Yes, with Flipside.
Yeah.
2015, he played in all 3 of the majors with them in that year. And no one else has made it to the top 16. So there's history in the making for 9 players in the server right now. We're going to have some new players.
And while you've made it all romantic, I need you to destroy some 5 people's feelings with your prediction.
I really like what TyLoo have done, and I think that this will bring a real lease of life into the Asian region. So I'm going to stick with TyLoo. Their biggest enemy is themselves and choking under the pressure. They need to rise to the occasion as opposed to crumble like they did in IEM Shanghai versus Daps and Co.
NRG perhaps?
Yeah.
Yep.
To be fair, NRG are a better team than TyLoo, but they definitely crumbled. So yeah.
Daps, what have you got for me?
It's tough to say just because I think TyLoo does have the better individuals overall, but I think Spirit actually is a better team in terms of structure.
Yeah.
And I think TyLoo has more pressure on them, so I'm going to go Spirit actually.
Interesting. Okay, one for Spirit, and
it's not a bad shout, really.
It's not. It really isn't. But I do love the idea of having our first Chinese presence in the top 16. You know, China, Indonesia. If anything, it's only going to accelerate the CSGO to Asia movement. However, same for the Team Spirit boys. CIS qualifiers are definitely proving that they deserve those spots with what the show they've put on here at the major so far, or at least at the challenger stage of it. So I'm going to go for TyLoo. I'm going to have to jump on that TyLoo train. But I would not be upset if we go full 3, take me into OT, give me the whole shebang.
I feel like it's a 60-40 matchup, maybe even like a 55-45 with all the win conditions considered, right? You can even bring pistol rounds into it, and both teams have equal. They've only won 37.5% of their pistol rounds. If you look at those stats, it's just Spirit are better at converting if they do win. So maybe look for that. If Spirit win the pistol and they're able to convert against a force by heavy team like TyLoo, that's a good sign for them in this best of 3.
So I've outlined some win conditions for you. In fact, some players are going to have to step up to the plate. This is a survival game. If you want to get to that top 16, if you want to get to the Legends stage, certainly sounds a whole lot better than Challenger. And if they want to do it, BenTeT from TyLoo has to have a consistent performance. He has so far in their victories, but not in their losses. We'll see which BenTeT shows up today. On the other side of things, keep your eyes on Dima, one of the highest rated players in the server, but also been throwing those flashbangs like no one else. Let's jump in with your casters. It's going to be Anders Moses. You two are looking delightful this morning.
That's very kind of you, Alex. We appreciate it a whole lot. We do try. I mean, one of us anyway. How are you doing, Moses?
Listen, just because you're wearing a jacket doesn't mean you try that hard.
I bought this shirt at the airport, Moses. That's what my life has become. There's this one shop in the airport in Copenhagen.
Well, some would say that you're up and coming. And we have the Up and Comer app if you would like to check that out and make sure you can follow along with the FACEIT Major, the rest of the stages we have going on. We are finding out the last 3 teams to join us for the Legend stage. And here you can, we'll see. I mean, we'll see who's going to win this one by community vote.
Ooh.
That's powerful.
That's kind of a little bit surprising to me. Spirit would look great. I'm not the team. I just assumed that TyLoo would have way more fan support.
Yeah,
Actually, what time is it in China now? Is it like?
I don't know. I don't know the time change.
Like, I feel like it must be 3 or 4 or something like that in the afternoon. So.
Okay. Maybe they don't. They're not as active on the social medias.
Maybe not.
Maybe we need to get that Upcomer app over into China.
They do have that firewall that can...
I hear that's pretty intense.
That is pretty intense. We'll see how it all works out here. TyLoo and Team Spirit for a best of 3 to either go to the Legend stage or go out. This is pretty exciting. We're going to be on Overpass first time we see best of 3s at the major as well. So I just love it.
Yeah,
welcome everybody.
Google system coming in hot. Really enjoying these best of 3s to be the final team to join all the other guys. Xcurate going to get some information. Sees him jumping across. That's not going to really give away too much of the game. A stack towards the B bomb site for TyLoo though, and this is going to be tough. They're actually moving up long at the moment, Spirit. So if they keep along this trajectory, Xcurate wouldn't be able to have that information, and they're really avoiding him at the moment, which is going to be so tough. He's going to eventually have to call some support back. But TyLoo is remaining disciplined.
Very disciplined. That must be hard. Oh no, they're starting to rotate out, and might actually be at the right time. They are setting up for some grenades. You can see Dafcosta's got a smoke lined up, and Sodvik got a smoke and a Molotov, so they're quite ready to execute on this bomb site. The rotation is going to be right on time as well for TyLoo. No flank happening. They were thinking about it. Somebody's going to go down to Coldie. Big opening for Spirit. And Xcurate trying to bring it back. You see him sniping away at those heads, but not connecting. BenTeT, though, will do a great job just USP connecting Coldie with 2 in return. Triple for him right now. Still got some more bullets in there. Don't know who hit him at that point in time. Maybe a teammate, I'm not sure.
Oh, this is dirty.
Yeah, the bomb's right in front, but the smoke is going to fade. They should be able to see him, and he's not connecting the shots. He's in a lot of trouble. He's definitely going to get that 1 kill, but he should have gone down already, it feels like. And there's the backup coming from Didi. He's so low on health, just sniping in the background from the bank. The bomb will finally be planted after a very, very long delay here. And it will be Team Spirit to pick up the pistol round. That was a very awkward fight.
It really was. Uncomfortable for TyLoo coming into that bomb site. I think that position on Pistoron is so hard to pull off when you're right underneath that sign. You can just get this one right here. Coldy, great angle, watching exactly for that peak. And from here, it's just a fight all the way to it. I think, unfortunately, they just got a little bit disorganized and doubled up right behind that truck. No one watching for the wrap. Really difficult situation rotating back in from that B stack. Pretty simple pistol round from Team Spirit. I mean, they just marched their way to the A bomb site slowly but confidently and surely.
Yep, and the smokes worked out quite well for them. So overall, good round. Challenge here at the L-bend. SDY going to get traded immediately, which is a good start when you buy those CSET 75s. I mean, normally you don't want to be trading on the CT side, but I feel like you're doing it around like this. Does put a bit of pressure on the guys with the actual guns.
Oh, it's got to get someone over to the bomb site to join up with DD. Somebody in the stairs as well kind of has control of the middle of the map. Bentet with eyes on long and ears. Hasn't heard a single thing. Spirit is just going to wait this one out. They're going to hit this B bomb site 100%. Around like this, especially after losing one player, you don't want to traverse across all the way to the other side of the map. And this is great. You have to take these kinds of risks, but he's going to have to be careful.
This is being watched for, oh my god, the timing is unbelievable, isn't it? If he'd stayed there 2 more seconds, he would have seen somebody coming down. Now instead, he could get shot in the back. He's turning around for it now. Oldie, well aware, but he's still going to get a bullet to the face. That CSET 75, so lethal. Now it's a 3-on-4, 45 seconds. They're kind of weirdly trapped. I can't blame them for wanting to go back and pick him up, but who knows how long time they have to spend doing that. And they're going to get at the bomb instead, run towards the bomb site. There are going to be 3 people waiting for them here.
Only 1 in the bomb site, though. That's going to be tough. DD has a lot of pressure on him. Bentet with the CZ. Far away. Great kills, though, coming out. Somebody on the flank chiming in one more time, and it's all over. Nicely done from TyLoo. The trap is sprung, and somebody with a very timely flank up the ladder just ruins Team Spirit. I think they had to, you could see them kind of second-guessing that decision to turn around and take care of him first, and they almost had to do that. They had the time for it. They had about 45 seconds.
Yeah.
And he eventually does backstab.
It's one of those things, right, because there's that really annoying position you can take up T-spawn via the stairwell. So, I mean, they could have lost another player doing that as well. I don't know. It's just so hard to really say, isn't it? But what a conversion.
The problem is you have to deny that information. You have to make TyLoo believe it's possible they can go back towards A, so there's not 3 players at that bomb site. That's where they really lost out. So much information gained. Nice play from TyLoo to tie things up. They mentioned on the desk, Spirit good at converting those pistol rounds, but they falter here early in the morning.
They do. And again, the timing when Coldy was holding that angle, I mean...
Yeah, that's a bit brutal.
If he rewatches the demo at some point, that's going to be annoying, isn't it? You're not going to be happy about that.
Probably be furious. Bentet's close up out towards long with the Galil. Xcurate playing at the sign as well. Somebody on the rotate back. They're going to need him pretty quick. Xcurate's going to get first contact. Oh, he's getting aggressive. This is so dangerous.
They're just all around the corner. Davkost waiting up there. Maybe did you see it? It felt like he could have seen the top of his face there. There is a guy holding really close to Bentet. He's only seen it now, but Davkost will take him down. Oh, this is dangerous. Xcurate is in so much trouble right now. He wants that flashbang, but he's going to get taken down. And Dima continuing into the site. TyLoo giving up a big lead here. Could have converted this into a 3-1 pretty quickly, but they just get overrun. That A defense does nearly nothing at all. Now DD and just trying to stay alive.
That's so weird. I mean, we didn't get to see Bentet's POV when he jumps up, but surely he should have heard that. It looked like he got caught off guard by that deagle peak, and you have to hear the sound and obviously respect both of them. But again, that position, that sign position between long and those stairs, that's such a dangerous spot to be in. And we've seen it now 2 rounds. This round and pistol, where it backfires. TyLoo's going to have to be very careful about this defense moving forward. They get a couple superficial kills right at the end. It's not going to mean much, and back and forth we go. As Team Spirit respond, and that was far too easy. That's not even an execute. That's 2 picks with the deagle, or I mean 1 pick with the deagle and a lot of damage dealt, and then roll into the bomb site with the CZs. TyLoo needs to make that much more difficult. Ooh, yeah, that is a great shot.
It is really cool. Davkost doing a fine job there. But the position that he's in at the sign as well, I mean, you're right, it is questionable, but especially when you lose that long player, right? You just can't even go anywhere.
I personally hate that spot. When I see people in it, it always makes me uneasy. We've seen some oppers deal with it pretty well, but it takes a lot of teamwork to kind of get yourself out of danger, out of harm's way if things go to hell, as they did in that round. Here comes SDY, wants to take over the short sewers, he's going to get it. Full investment for TyLoo in this with those saved weapons. Scout, 2 UMPs, the M4, the FAMAS. They've got a decent amount of utility, just the one kit though. Still a pretty strong buy, especially when you look over to Team Spirit. It's not like they're fully loaded out with AKs.
They're lacking a little bit too, that's for sure. Yeah, saving those 2 rifles in the previous round for TyLoo.
Is this going to be some aggression?
Could be.
Oh, they're trying to Molotov him out of that corner. Yeah, they want to see someone run out.
That's a cool idea.
Yeah, Molotov and the pop flash over as well. You peek for someone running out of the way. Oh, great find. Great late boost.
We see that tried so often, and it doesn't really always do that much, but this is well worth it. And another one followed up. STY gets taken down from somebody. So now 5-on-3. This is another one of those back-and-forth games, Moses. Let's buckle up. Let's get ourselves strapped in for this one. Sotfik going to be running into the bomb site, taking care of somebody, looking for more. UMP can't complete the triple, but it was very close indeed. He's going to be spraying down one in the follow-up as well. Quick triple for him, and that's going to be a wonderful save there for TyLoo. Could have lost the round after that initial push there, but now they should have a bit of space, unless they could buy 2 AKs and try and go for the Spirit if they want to.
Could, and I imagine they're at least going to invest something. This is great. I mean, this is TyLoo finding ways to be active. I mean, you saw that third round they gave right back up. They gave a lot of space over, and here they're starting to deny some over, at least towards that B bomb site in the short waters. Need to figure out a way to be able to do that at the A bomb site. But yeah, good response, and I think this timeout from Spirit is to kind of talk things over. Tactical timeout, maybe see if they want to buy into this. I think it's going to be a tough call to make, but as we've seen throughout this event so far, his teams really like applying that economic pressure.
Yeah, and I mean, it can really pay off, can't it? But you also do risk giving the other team such a big lead.
Yeah, they're gonna stay away. Play it conservative. You have the Deagle on Sotfik. They've already decided to save. So all tied up 2-2, but TyLoo with the weapon advantage in this round, with every advantage in this round, really.
Yeah, just have to avoid the Deagles, and they should be in a good position. A weird start, but I might see a return to normality in this game, at least for a short while.
Well, I think Spirit's going to have kind of an idea. 2 rounds they go to the B bomb site after winning that pistol. They get shut down both times. Pistol round they go to A, they win. 3rd round they go to A, they win.
Yeah.
So I think we're starting to see a pattern here. 2 wins at A, 2 losses at B, and oh, that's awkward to run scope. It's Davkos, and Benset is pushed up again. Pop flash coming out. He wants to turn that corner. No one's blind. This is risky, but he's going to get the first. Doesn't really feel like he needs to duel with the second. Nade out. They're winning all across the map, and Bentet with a 2nd kill. Might as well go for a 3rd of that USP. There's the scout. Yeah, they've all got it. TyLoo, hold on.
It looked like he was running towards him while scoped up then. Still got the kill. That's not bad. So, plenty of money now. At least for some... They could even buy an AWP on Coldie if they really wanted to drop one over to Davkos, and they could trade for the AK-47. Seems like they're not that interested at the moment, but they should have plenty of utility to work with on that T side, so we'll see how they do.
He goes for the scout as well, so obviously wanted to scope weapon. Interesting to see them not drop that AWP. Still a scout on Excurate as well. Playing the money game, we've seen them. Started seeing this more and more, obviously. I mean, preserve the economy. The scout's still an effective weapon. That is a great nade. Pegs SDY in the neck. Oh, they're not prepared for that, though. Dima had the angle, just not ready for that peek up the ramp. That was Captain Mo, and he might have gotten away with one. Or it might have been Didi. One of the two.
I feel like that's become more and more popular on this map, just running to that particular spot on the T side, and even sometimes people just sneak their way into the B bomb site because people forget to hold that position, so...
It's still one of those things where it just feels like it's so unlikely that you can take your eyes off it once in a while.
Oh, he's ready for it, but it goes too late. He thought that was going to put it out, and I did too. But it had to wait to land on the low ground, and he burned.
It even landed. I just don't think it put it out. Molotov was spread on top of the railings that he was standing on as well. That is, that's awkward. He's going to be frustrated about that.
Like, the base of the Molotov is somehow different from where the grenade... Oh, my God. That is...
Oh, get wrecked. Benset pushed up behind the smoke.
Are we going to see the triple boost? Oh, no, we're not. I feel like I missed that. I would love to see that, Moses. been too long now.
I don't know why people don't do it. Oh, good kill from Sophic. Bentet came through the smoke, and it's all on somebody.
One headshot there from Xgrid, taking down Dima, and then the follow-up, as you said, somebody standing his ground and getting a triple kill. Not bad at all. 4-2 here.
Let's see that Molotov kill.
Yeah. Do we want to? Are you that cruel, Moses?
I do.
You just like it when people suffer, don't you?
Yeah, because so look at this. The Molotov landed actually on the upper part, and he tries to put it out in the water. Oh boy. You don't like to see that. Well, I do. I don't know if everybody does.
Yeah. What a way to lose your life. 4-2, and round number 7 now. That Molotov does nothing. You can throw it from back there, which we've seen very many times. Guess it doesn't really matter that much, but don't want to waste the money, right?
TyLoo coming to play on this map. I gotta be careful though, actually. This is much more aggressive, much faster pace. I don't think Xcure's seen anything now. He does now. He knows. Gotta be careful. No real intel of where that hit is coming in. I don't think they realize how many players are this close. Careful with your wide peaks. Coldy has an angle. He's got that P250. Smoke out towards long to concentrate on the main choke point.
It's a really good counter punch. Bentet with a double follow-up. That pretty much cancel out that entire push. Flashbang is so important. Great job from Bentet. Love to see him come to play in this game as well. He's such a great player. Gets taken down eventually, but it was a triple before he went out, so 5-2 now.
TyLoo's playing a very passive defense in this A bomb site. They're playing pretty deep in, and I think Spirit, once they get the AWP, they can really exploit that. I think that op is going to be very, very important for this T side, because if they're going to give up all this ground towards bathrooms and you can actually gain that quickly on your T side, that's a lot of time for the op to be able to peer into that bomb site and wait for a mistake, wait for a peek for information.
Wait, somebody to make that jump?
Yeah, or I mean, just throw some utility, force some players out of a position, put some pressure on, and see if they're going to fall prey to the op.
Yeah. Well, we'll find out right now. It seems like they are headed in that direction fairly quickly. Smoke goes up, and Bentet does not want to stick around for it. Somebody, oh, we could have got caught then. That was scary for a minute.
He's got some information. He spotted him coming long, didn't he? Tough part over towards the B bomb site. Xcure has the AWP for TyLoo, and he's pretty committed. They all are. They're starting to take control. Map control on the CT side, but still so much pressure. They're going to have to react to this soon. Smoke goes down. Bentet and somebody this time playing halfway up bathrooms. Xcure now rotating back towards A with the AWP, but they've got to have stack out towards long. He's going for the jumping kill.
Davkos really likes this position, doesn't he? Whether it's the Deagle or the... Actually, a little bit further back, but still. Just loves playing that long, either Deagle or AWP. He's been pretty successful so far. Sotfik, close right on the other side is somebody. A bit of an awkward fight here that really could determine a lot for how this A hold is going to stand up. 45 seconds now. I like the idea of having Davkos versus an Xcure with the AWP. Both really good at it. Setting up for a bit of a smoke here. Let's see how this goes. 35 seconds. You may have been right, Moses. They may have realized that A defense is a little bit weak, but Sotfik caught sleeping, and somebody will take him down. That's a big kill, and now it doesn't even matter what they do. Davkos and Coldy are left, but they're just not going to have any chance getting this done. Nobody goes down on the TyLoo side. 6-2 in their favor. That fell apart really fast.
Oh my god, that was a great delayed peek out towards long for Xcure. First player had already crossed, and he finds the timing. Even if not, I mean, even if he doesn't get that kill, TyLoo did a great job towards bathrooms. There's only one player from Team Spirit really attacking towards those stairs. And they take him out, and then they have, I mean, even if you're crossing into the bomb site, it's going to be so difficult. You're running into crossfires left and right. TyLoo looking great. And I think you're right. Whoever that was on Highway that they killed, the TyLoo killed with that aggressive, like, he didn't react whatsoever to that kind of a play. Seems like they're all a little bit sleepy. A lot of time to be sleepy.
Definitely not. I mean, I ran into them in the cafeteria this morning, and they didn't look sleepy at all. They were playing billiards, I believe, or pool.
All right.
They were looking fresh. So
maybe it's those poached eggs.
They were delicious, Moses. You missed out.
Yeah, I'm sure I did. 6-2 in the favor of TyLoo.
Yes, indeed. And it's the money that's now starting to worry Spirit on both sides. I mean, they're losing a lot of it, but TyLoo here. That's an excellent return. 2-for-1 trade favoring Spirit. Dima with the C-set 75. dropping both somebody and Captain Mo. Somebody top fragging right now at 12 and 5, so getting him out of the round is definitely a good feeling. Going to be stealing both the AK-47s.
They cannot let this round slip away. They have TyLoo on the ropes here. 3-on-4 man advantage. They have 2 AK-47 salvaged. Now they can be patient. You can see Pop Flash, DD's peeking out towards Monster. They want to find some intel. They want to know what's coming. X-Hero, it's going to be solo holding this A bomb site with the AWP. That's dangerous. They can gain a lot of ground on him. Davkos very close to these sewer exits. And yeah, this is a smart play, I think, from X-Hero. Push up towards long. Find some safety towards that A bomb site. Clear this out. At least tell your team, shrink the map just a little bit. And you can come back for a new angle. They needs one of these rifles, though, eventually.
He's going to be so far into it. Furthest player back is Dima setting up a smoke right now. He's going to be running and making a lot of noise. That should call in the rotation from the B bomb side. They know now that something is up, so the big chance here is X-Grid picking up a kill before anything else happens. And Dima starting to fall back a little bit. He's not going to be close enough to stop the bomb from going down, although it's very, very close to that happening. One good kill turning around, but Dima's right there on him. A great round for Dima so far. Triple in the bag, and with the bomb plant, they're just going to escape. There's no smoke here for TyLoo to force any kind of a fight as well, which is a big problem when you want to get that defuse, maybe especially on the A bomb side on overpass. And now Bentet, around the corner he goes, going to get the one kill in there, but they've lost DD at the meantime. And Bentet's going to fall as well. That's an incredible round for Spirit to win.
It is great, and TyLoo's having a tough time with these CZs. They have to be frustrated that one player. Was that Dima who got the double kill on over towards Sandbags? This is great. One kill goes down. Good trade, just holds the trigger as well. Makes it look silly as usual. Good trade frag as well on X-Crit. Quick reactions. He was looking for the flank. X-Crit was just way too fast on that flank. He found the perfect timing to get in there quick. 6-3. And despite the success, despite a lot of rounds in a row, TyLoo doesn't really have a lot of money. This is the last buy they'll be able to bust out.
Yeah, they could have had another kind of flawless round, and you're right, it is going to be a rush right into the bomb site. Captain Mo might get caught completely off guard. Grenade in hand, he's down, and Dima's absolutely here to play, taking down Mo. Jumping on top, sprays the one, that across the return, and Dima again, more headshots ringing in. He is playing an excellent game right now. Last couple of rounds, making sure Spirit have a great chance of having a good first half here. Even maybe a great first half.
If they save these 2 rifles, TyLoo, they can buy into the next round. They can force up and have a pretty solid situation, but TyLoo not ready for that pace. Forced back very early on, so 4th for Team Spirit when they looked out of it. Another timeout. Able to win a round with CZs, and now back into the action. Not sure Captain Mo just didn't realize that rush was coming. Caught with a nade out.
It can be a slightly uncomfortable position, right? Because sometimes people like to be at the barrels looking towards Monster Tunnel. But if it almost feels like if you're not looking as they come in, if you go there once they already have the angle, then you're just dead immediately. So maybe if you realize you're just like, I don't really know how to react to this, you know?
No, but it didn't look like Team Spirit had anything to worry about with that B-rush. I know their money was getting low, so maybe they didn't have a Molotov, but no flashbangs, no nade, nothing. Like, TyLoo just didn't realize it until they're already coming up that ramp, and that's too late to kind of notice that it's going to be a B-rush. Yeah, see, that's way too clear. This flashbang came way too late. And obviously, just awkward fights from there once Captain Mo go down. He's the player who has to stop them from progressing too much onto the bomb site and grabbing that angle on the ramp. Right back into a little bit of chatter on the TyLoo side as they're the ones taking a timeout. 3 left for them. On the back foot, you can see they're 5 rounds in a row, and they lose 2 and they're done. I imagine they force up here. They have 4,400 on DD, so he can buy an M4. Somebody in Captain Mo can buy UMPs or FAMAS for the utility.
It's looking like some really serious conversations happening on the TyLoo side. I mean, I'm glad I saw some fist bumps at the end. Almost looked like they were...
Please don't start yelling at each other now.
It's too soon, isn't it?
Yeah, first 10 rounds of a BO3. What a cool story if they were able to make the Legend stage. They've been, at this point, I think a couple times now in these qualifiers. Or a decent amount now.
Yeah, I feel like they've got some good fan support as well. A lot of people want to see them move on. Team Spirit, though, one of the surprising teams of the Challenger stage so far, have really been looking great. So, dangerous jump. To get that instant AK shot. Instead, again, putting some pressure on that L-bend. Forcing TyLoo to stay honest in that position. They're quickly out of grenades. I mean, Spirit, they have enough, but TyLoo, they still over a minute left.
This is where I think you have to tell Xcurate to be a bit aggressive with the op. He's out watching towards long, which kind of, you know, neutralizes that idea, but you want that op to find a way to get a kill or two. Here comes a hit. Smokes out. Molotovs. All the flashbangs are coming through Monster Tunnel, and there's the counter nades as well. Somebody's got to get it out of the flames. He's got a blind opponent. He runs out of bullets, but he does a drive-by. Great damage. Everyone from TyLoo is here now.
It is a very confusing defense, but it's working beautifully, isn't it? Goldie just has to try and do some economic damage here. A great double spray down, taking down somebody through that smoke, but still 1 versus 3 in 30 seconds. So as long as they stay hidden, there's just not enough time to get all these kills. Not staying hidden quite yet, so Bentet goes down as well. Now a missed shot there. He's looking for it. Goldie, he really wants to make this happen. A little bit more damage output. Still 15 seconds. Again, they can just hide and wait for the bomb. There's no reason to try and fight this. They will, but that's a big risk.
That was nervous the whole way through in that 1 versus 3. I thought he really had some shots to be able to make that happen. TyLoo really risking it. Double op setup though for the defense now. They're going to have 1 at each bomb site, so that's going to change the nature of the attacks from Team Spirit.
You want for somebody in that kind of scenario to just say the word time, right? Because then you can like, oh, that's right.
Yeah, just to snap you back into reality. I think they knew. I mean, the nice thing was at least they were trying, you know, in those last 20 seconds, the last 2 players were trying to fight together. They had a couple teammates getting picked off. When the 1v3, that 3rd player was pretty much all on his own and isolated. So at least they're trying to make the teamwork happen. This is an aggressive play from Xcurate.
You were asking for it last round, Moses.
Yeah. I'm not against it.
All right. We do like it, don't we, when we see those active AWP players.
Xcurate hit some incredible shots yesterday when I was watching TyLoo play. When he gets into the zone, he's very dynamic.
Yeah, I think he's quite the AWPer, isn't he? Could get very exciting. Daft cost 2 on the other side, so we haven't seen too much of that battle just yet, but if we could get that into action, that'd be something.
We're gonna get a B hit here. Dima and Coley just taking control, and look, they might be delayed boost. There's the jump, a bit risky from somebody, but he gets away with it. Nade's gonna come out. No one in that position. Here we come, pop flash through DD. Point of contact on the ramp.
One more time, 44 seconds here, and flashbangs all around. Nobody can see anything at the moment. They need to get the bomb down quick, and that's the why went off track. Going to be going down. Now the boost on the other side, and Xcurate will hit the shot on Dima. This is not bad at all. They need the bomb plant though, and the bomb is now making its way in. Dafcost with the AWP going to be able to put it down. 4 on 3 with 24 seconds left. The bomb does go down. Now can TyLoo go for the retake? Sod has to get the kill, and he's not going to be able to. A lot of pressure on the remaining one. Dafcost missing 1 shot. Oh my god! Goldie with a big double spray, and now they're going to try and run him down. 1 bullet is enough, and somebody on the other side. Dafcost, he needs the headshot, and he needs it right now. He's not going to get it. Somebody takes him down instead. Great triple, but I need to see that spray from Goldie. That was so quick.
And that was the only way they were going to win that round. I think Davkos missed a sitter on the AWPer, but Goldie made up for it with that spray. Nice retake from TyLoo. No nades in any of these. It's so important that Xcurate gets that pick because they really abandoned their player. DD was in water. He was the only one defending the bomb site, and if you're going to leave that bomb site, you really need that stack to work out and deliver something. 8-4, TyLoo. It feels like they've just barely hung on in some of these rounds, and they've just barely made this happen, but it's looking good. Op out on Davcost again. 2 UMPs on this T side. Utility for both teams a little bit bruised. Here we go. Oh! First time we've seen that op on op duel, and Davcost really wins it with no issues.
Yeah, it felt like Xcurate was late to that party, didn't it?
Very late.
They'd already set up the balloons, Moses.
Unfashionably late.
Yeah, and the beers have all been drunk as well. Another sign that you're late.
Yeah.
What kind of...
Maybe he's just passed out. What
kind of party is this, by the way? We've got the balloons, and there are like teddy animals up there as well, and beer. It's like weird... It's a weird mix, isn't it?
Haven't you had a birthday for your son yet, where you had all your adult friends over? Good excuse to have some beers in the backyard.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
We'll get there. I'll invite you one day.
Yeah.
I don't really drink beer, so. Sodfik with a deep grenade just to put some pressure on that A bomb site. See if they can handle this 4 versus 5. You said it, TyLoo, these rounds they've been winning have been very, very close. So now that they're a whole man down, who knows what will happen?
Oh, Bentet's in trouble. I don't know if he gets away. I wonder if Dima's going to pounce on this. He hears the information, and he is going to let him slide back. Obviously, can't know if somebody, maybe an AWP, has an angle to watch that entrance, but he did not want to risk it. Everyone towards the A bomb site, and TyLoo has a great read of this. There's 3 players here. There's only 1 player defending that B bomb site. Smoke to put out the Molotov. Somebody, he's been the best performing player, takes his time, finds the kill, can't get the follow-up. The rest of his teammates are doing it. They're doing it all, and TyLoo holds on once again. A 4-on-5, 3 players hold the bomb site, and TyLoo's got 9.
I wondered for a minute then, because I think Bentet threw, maybe Bentet or somebody, I'm not sure, somebody threw a flashbang for somebody over at long, and he peeked and saw nobody. I wonder if that kind of flashbang could also give away that position. Like, if Team Spirit hear that on the other side, then they're probably going to check that corner, aren't they? So I was worried for a minute that he almost sort of like gave away his friends. I mean, it's still a good idea to throw that pop flash, but...
It's a corner you check. It's just so tough to do it when there's 3 defenders, because you have 2 players in the bomb site taking attention away, right? You can't just hard clear that and ignore every other position. Also, I mean, they knew Bentet was at the truck because he put out the Molotov, so... Xcurit plays the shadow, tags up, Molotov to slow down at least 1 choke point, but they're not going to slow down in the other. It looks like Team Spirit, they really want to put the pressure on here.
They are making their way on long as well. Now, of course, probably hoping for a bit of a peek. He's already been spotted out. Grenade, I don't think is going to catch him at all, but they decided to back it off after the leg shot, so felt like they were almost within running distance of catching Xcurit. Even if they lost like 1 or 2 people, maybe that would have still made sense. Regardless, they're down outside of B now, and Diemer's going to be hoping to make enough noise. I mean, keeping 3 people here as just 1 guy with a pistol is not bad at all, so this is about as good as it's going to get. Now it's getting worse.
Trying to throw, I guess, not really a fake, but I guess just trying to see what he can do. And yeah, DD out in the open, he needs this kill, he needs to get into cover as well. Xcurit's here from up top, raining down death. 10-4, a great defensive half for TyLoo. It was a little bit questionable at the beginning. Remember, it was back and forth. Spirit actually won the first, the pistol. TyLoo won the second, and then back to Spirit before TyLoo went on a 5-round run.
I'm having kind of flashbacks to the game that, was it Rogue played against Spirit? Where they sort of, Spirit like survived that early fight, and then they ended up having a great first half?
Yeah, it was like a 16-4, 16-5, but there was that like weird moment early on in the first half where Rogue could have broken their economy.
For like the first 7 or 8 rounds, I think Rogue could have definitely done so much more in that game. So I feel like maybe that's happening to Spirit right now. Like they've been almost breaking TyLoo, they've been winning some great rounds, but somehow
never actually getting there.
Yeah, they're just one step short at the moment. It's a little bit of a problem. A little bit of aggression from Xcurit over at long. It's a good position. You just get so much information from holding it. All right.
He's feeling confident as well, pushing up. Yeah, he just doesn't care. Got all the intel. He's got to be careful. Dima waiting up at party. I think he's going to be content to hold this one. And this is a bold play because, yeah, you did look at long and you did clear it out, but they could be wrapping around you, and he's, oh, it's not gonna pay off.
When he bumped into the corner as well. That's instant nightmare material there when he might have been chased down.
It's a really cool play from Xcurit that doesn't pan out.
Now let's see how this works out. 5-on-5. This is for round number 15, last of the half. Remember, this is a best of 3, so still plenty of chances, but...
he just doesn't care, does he?
No, he really doesn't. He's just not interested.
Oh god, he did it again. I feel like he should have had 2 kills in this round already. Maybe he's a little bit frustrated out there. Those shots didn't land. Good aggression, clearing things out. Coldie over and short. They're going to hunt him down as well. That's DD pushing up to find the kill, and now they have to hit the A-bomb site. It's the only option left. They're just getting picked off, not even sure where everyone's playing. TyLoo, a statement. 11-4 to end that half. Somebody is 19-9, Bentet 14-7. All the individuals coming to play. SDY with only 1 kill. That's heartbreaking.
That is a little bit heartbreaking, especially in your elimination game. You don't want that at all. TyLoo, they lost the pistol round, they converted the second round, and then they had to fight for the next 5 rounds, but they did make it happen, and it was a job well done. That is very close to winning the first map. It's almost as close as you can get, Moses.
Pistol round, baby.
Mathematically, 5 rounds off.
You're good.
We can, yeah, I know. I've got this down.
That's why you've had such an extended career in Counter-Strike commentary.
Is one of my secrets.
Delivering
I do have a
goods.
calculator on my phone, so... But we don't give away all the trade secrets yet, Moses. We'll keep some of the magic so the viewers think, God, this guy is
just so you
incredible.
can keep delivering for years to come. Here we go, T-side. We'll see what TyLoo has in store for us. This is when they can get fun. We do love the crazy TyLoo entries. It's very unique. Bentet and Excurate over at Playground. The other 3 players of TyLoo going to clear out the staircase. And Team Spirit have a pretty passive defense. Both bomb sites, actually. They want to play it more centralized so they can rotate very, very quickly to the other site.
Sotfik with the CSET 75 and a smoke. That could make for some really crazy plays in this A-bomb site. A lot of close fighting happening. I mean, normally you try and hold that corner with a USP and you just hope you get the early headshots, but if they get closer, you get uncomfortable. I don't think he cares if they get close now. In fact, he might even wish for it. Davkos is going to be taking down DD. Big beginning here for Team Spirit in a much-needed pistol round. Oh, he's getting flanked out a little bit. He's still taking down somebody. Now the defense is looking incredible, and as they try and jump for the smoke, that CSET 75 on the other hand, absolutely ready for it. Interesting buy, but it worked.
TyLoo doesn't even get close to that bomb site, and I mean you can see kind of the point of why they play so passively at B as well. They're kind of playing a retake strategy with 2 players set up far back and 1 player jumping for info. They rotated so fast. Even when Davkos gets that kill, so, oh my god, I feel like he got 2 headshots blind there. Either way, whatever works. Great hold in the round from Team Spirit. And yeah, that CZ with the smoke really kind of threw off the entries.
It's not what you were expecting, right?
1 player jumped through, the others didn't.
They saw enough.
Yeah, they were like, CZ on the other side? Nah.
Don't want any of that,
It's not my thing. It's not my jam.
I can see how it can work as well, just almost mentally, because once you get to that corner on the T side when you're in the pistol, you do realize we've closed the distance now. If they miss 1 or 2 shots with those USPs, we're gonna gun them down. And then, oh no.
Oh god.
They've got way more firepower.
We were so wrong. Well, they've got 2 smokes and 2 flashes in this round. I feel like they have to go through bathrooms. If you go long and give away the information, you're going to get another quick rotation. You have to deal with that scout. Yeah, you don't want to do that. Maybe put the smoke up right at the end. Creep up behind it. 1 pop flash through. That used to be popular. That timing is nice. Oh, very nice.
This is the one thing you don't want to happen. I mean, you can still make it work, but
oh god,
this is really awkward, isn't it? Maybe just take a step forward and a quick kiss, and then wasn't really a kiss. Having a fun time with the MP9. DD is going to be the last one left. Sotfik with a great round here, triple for him. He was playing, I remember at least 1 game earlier in the challenger stage. I can't remember which one, unfortunately.
Sotfik?
Yeah, he was playing really well. He had like one of those lights out kind of games.
I can't remember either. I do recall that happening.
Listen,
we were casting it.
Yeah, we were casting it. The games do sort of blend together, guys. I'm sorry, it's been some...
It's long days.
It's been some crazy overtime days, and we've got Inferno as the next map, Moses, so I'm expecting more of it. I just want more.
Listen, Overpass isn't done yet. We could easily get 6 or 7 overtimes here.
Right.
Not against it. This round is a little bit of a sit-it out for TyLoo. Upgraded pistols, no utility, no armor. Doing something creative.
Yeah, grouping up in the place of the map that has the least space to move around with all 5 members. Can easily be grenaded or sprayed down. I like it.
Oh, shotguns. Here they go. Oh. SDY licking his chops. There's the grenade. I think it's going to go past him. It's pretty good damage under 1 or 2, but yeah, the SMGs, the crossfire setup is great. Finish it off with a quick headshot.
He's got a triple. He's up to 5 now. That thing about, from his point of view, just the relief.
Yeah, a little bit of confidence, right?
Just the relief, right?
He did end the half on 1 kill.
Good to see him back in it. He's been for someone I've never heard of before, he's been actually I think a pretty steady player.
He's been pretty solid. Some die young. Here we go. Gun round, TyLoo, no AWP, 5 AK-47s on the board. There is an AWP on Davkos, so big advantage there. He's taking that out towards long A for the moment. Molotov to slow things down. That's becoming a very popular little Molotov to throw.
Yes, indeed it is. 11-7 now. So the gap is close to just 4 rounds, which you can actually definitely make it back from if you're on the Spirit side, especially when you get that AWP up and running. On Davkos, he's really good with it. And it's exciting.
And there's not a lot of flashbangs for TyLoo to use to force him away. They only have 2. It's going to have to be smokes and choke points to allow them to move up and get close. He's going to have a couple opportunities here early on in this round. An off angle. Not necessarily a rare angle. We'll see if TyLoo can handle it. They might wait for Bentet and somebody to make their way into bathrooms from long to be able to double that up.
Definitely seem like they're expecting some movement. Just holding all of these positions. Davkos, it's just so close, isn't it? But now 3 of them are on the other side of the wall. The longer he stays here now, the more dangerous it's going to get. Sotvik's close by with the MP9, but if he goes down, there's no reason to believe that Davkos is going to be able to make his escape. Go around the corner, Sotvik getting 1 good kill. He's still alive, and Captain Mo will drop him now. Davkos gets the 1, but there's no follow-up. Only one of them went in that way. Davkos can actually hold this a little bit. He's going to get shot in the back. Go back up from the bomb side, and Bentet to take down Coldy. That's a big mistake here. 15 seconds, and the bomb is going to be going down. Dima shot in the face. SSDY going to follow. No trouble at all. Somebody is having an incredible game right now. 22 kills in 19 rounds. Adds quite something.
That's such a tough position to be in for Team Spirit. You run that 2-man defense in bathrooms, and they just stick around. Even with the first kills and the follow-up AWP, there's just too many different locations, and Davkos almost had to get hyper-aggressive after finding that kill. Getting wrapped upon from long. A nice split, nice handling of the aggression that caught him off guard initially. Brilliant trading for TyLoo, and like you said, somebody just able to clean things up. Spirit has to win this round. They cannot get reset here. They're out of money with this buy. Davkos with the op has to produce something. He's got a tag through a wall. Execute down to 40, but that's the AWPer, so it's not the biggest deal in the world. He's not really going to take part in the front lines of the attack. It's not necessarily too big of a deal that he's been softened up.
You can still do a lot with that kind of health if you're the AWP player, that's for sure. Team Spirit need to get back to winning right now if they don't want to have another economic breakdown. I feel like they had enough of that in the first half. They weren't really enjoying it all that much.
They did not have a fun first half. Tusk was talking a lot about how much fun it would get to a third map. I mean, TyLoo's Inferno is going to be dangerous. So this is actually a big deal. If TyLoo is able to steal this first map, it might be a relatively quick series.
I forgot what those are like, Moses. I don't.
Flashbang out. Good timing from Davkos. Even better follow-up from Sotvik. In a round they must win. This is a brilliant start.
Those long positions, I mean, when you make it work like this, they look incredible, but they can be so risky. There are so many ways.
Oh my lord.
He's going to keep pushing, isn't he? He's lost his mind, making a lot of noise, and he goes down. That might have been a bit of a giveaway. It's not over yet, but that can maybe... They lost track of where the TyLoo team are right now. They're falling back really, really far in this A bomb site. And DD, is he going to hear it? It doesn't seem like it. They're still committed to the bomb site. Let's see if DD can drag them out here before they actually go. I
don't think they realize that DD, they can't go back now. There's no time. DD needs to get this kill. If he gets this kill, he can maybe pull some people out of their positions. But yeah, this is too much to ask for. Extra, not even going to check for it. 12 to 8. TyLoo's still in the lead, but they cannot build upon that. That was very close to breaking. I mean, yeah, a little bit crazy on the running from Sotvik out towards long A with that kind of a flank. They were pretty sure it was going to be committed. DD was applying enough pressure to force him into that mistake.
I feel like almost, I mean, from our point of view, it looked like TyLoo almost out-tricked themselves. They went too deep.
A little bit different on the ground, you know?
It is.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was hard to know that they would have fallen that far back, Spirit, in the A-bomb site. Regardless, Davkos setting up. No, I thought like he was going to maybe flash a teammate in, but they just go and check and fall back pretty quickly. Maybe they realize they're up against pistols and they don't want to take any close fights. Fair enough.
These Deagles are the one Deagle. You'd love for the Deagle and the P250s to produce something for you if you're TyLoo. Double op setup now for Team Spirit, but the money is still not good. 3 players hovering right around 1,300 for Team Spirit. Any kill is going to be valuable. Take one of those ops away. That smoke is going to allow them to creep up very, very close. Nade on Sophic. Where does he throw that? Maybe going to re-smoke. They could blow up through it.
Yeah,
and Davkos is in that position.
I was going to say, if he re-smokes that, they might just try and see if they can make it work. They're listening to him jumping on the other side. Here it comes. He's not going to smoke it. Instead, the MP9 is out, but he's kind of left his Hawker alone over at long. It could be a bit uncomfortable. There's one kill. Davkos in a lot of trouble, and he's going to be going down. Coldy in time to get just the 1 kill, and he hasn't actually spotted that Excurate. Really weird. Finally gets the sight on him. He's still going to be going down and out to 1-on-2, but it's DD with the AWP. He gets the kill on Deemer. He's got 35 seconds. He's going to come back for more, and SDY is waiting for him. My God, that's close. TyLoo, you said they'd like something out of those pistols. They get 4 kills.
That's massive. They take an AWP away, and it's going to be expensive if they want to go back into it. They pass the AWP off to Davkos, and do they buy the second one? SDY can do it. He's got 6,100. That'd be a huge investment, though. Team Spirit trying to bring themselves back into this. You know, it's crazy. I'm seeing the pick'em percentages. It's 91% have picked TyLoo to win this in pick'ems. But we had that you know, that upcomer app. 74% was going for Team Spirit. Craziness.
How does that work, Moses?
I don't know.
We need
an
investigation.
Answers. Tactical timeout from Team Spirit is over. Freeze time coming to an end. They do go for the single op. Trying to preserve as much money as possible down the stretch. The economy is going to have a huge impact.
I mean, they've won 5 out of the last 6 rounds here, Spirit. Now, sure, they've had the better weaponry and all of that, but this is a good trend.
Yeah, TyLoo's only had the 1 round in this entire half. The T side, it's been slow-paced. I wonder if we're going to see TyLoo at some point change that. Pick up the aggression, pick up the speed. This time it looks like it's going to be a B-bomb site hit. Somebody in Excurate, the only 2 towards playground. Davkos playing with fire a little bit. Very aggressive. Might get, oh yeah, he's going to get rewarded. Too slow for Captain Mo. This is something TyLoo's struggled with in their T-sides on pretty much every single map. Every once in a while they get into this funk when they're doing these kind of slower rounds where they just don't know how to keep players alive long enough. Somebody thought it was clear the whole way.
He was certainly playing like that. Excurate just going to get the 1 kill here. Backing off at a good headshot. Somehow back in a 3-on-3, but SDY there to take down DD, and that was all the way in the B-bomb side. He was trying to creep in alone with really no support, just hoping to maybe use the chaos from the other side of the map as a momentary distraction to make that work.
This utility is going to give Bentet a solo fight if he wants it. He's got to be aggressive from this stance. Dima's actually rotated as well. Bentet has to go. You have to risk it at some point. Here comes the flashbang. Oh, he's so blind. Dima, he's going to get picked off. Bentet had dropped the bomb for his teammate to get in. That's great. That's smart. He's going to get an advanced position, but the off up top is going to be tough to deal with. He's got 1 player isolated towards Graffiti.
I'm not sure he even knows yet. Bentet now, that smoke up there is really going to help him out. They don't have any more to throw, though. And a lot is on the line here for Team Spirit especially. They need to win this round and keep the money alive, otherwise they're going to be in so much trouble. Bentet down on the ramp. Flashbang goes out a little bit. That smoke's now fading on top. The AWP going to come through. Good shot from Excurate. The triple now needs the quad to close out this round. And SDY is right in front. Tabs the bomb a single time, but there's almost no time left. Oh my God. Excurate taking one down. The Indonesian player coming out big in this round. Quad kill for him. And that is going to put TyLoo very close to winning the map.
That's so many mistakes from Team Spirit, though. You still don't really feel like TyLoo has won this. I'm not sure what these guys are doing. They have a 5-on-3, and you're running like there's definitely going to be no one there. Dima caught out in the open, an odd time, an awkward rotation because the call from A was coming in. Excurate has a brilliant flank. A nice flashbang over as well, but 5-on-3 given up at this stage in the game when you're running out of money, that's crushing.
Not exactly what they were hoping for, especially given that great beginning here. Winning 5 out of 6 rounds. But because they lost all those rifles to the pistols in the previous round,
yep,
still in trouble, and it comes back to bite them now.
I don't think you can force buy here if you're Team Spirit. I think you just have to save. Maybe half buy, maybe get some pistol and armor. But if you invest everything you've got, you'd better win this round. And I don't think they're willing to take that risk, especially they have, you know, Coldie's at 1,600, Dima's at 1,500. That's you really want them to have a little bit more cash if you're going to force buy. 13-9. TyLoo grabbing hold of this late.
1,500 on Dima. That is actually a big problem, given how the loss bonus works. Even in the next round, he's not going to have really nearly anything to work with. DD on Mach 10 on the target's head. He's going to have a great time.
Oh, he's loving that.
It's a fabulous time, Moses.
Yeah, feasting.
Sodvik probably does not matter what he does at this point, so might as well just make a highlight reel.
Didn't want to commit to that one, to that statement?
No.
Wanted to probably?
Well, Moses. Oh! I'm done. I'm out.
He just wrecked himself.
Stop this.
Oh, Sodvik gonna bail out now. That was a phenomenal shot, though.
Why did he have to ruin his whole life like that?
Yeah, that is just that's like a teabag in and of itself.
Yeah. Oh God. This is mental.
14-9. TyLoo on the verge of winning map 1. If you're just tuning in a little bit late,
shame on you.
Whether it be whether it be today or whether the major in general, this is a best-of-3 series we have between these two teams. The winner moves on to the legend stage of the FACEIT major. The loser goes home. So high-stakes game here.
Indeed. Round number 24. TyLoo 2 rounds away now from winning map number 1. Inferno going to be map number 2. And as you said, good map for TyLoo. Definitely could be trouble for Team Spirit. We don't know yet, but we'll find out. They have something to fight back with here, but you can just tell it's not looking good. They're going to be lacking a lot of the grenades.
I think it's the scout on Davkos that worries me. I'd much rather have Famas or something. See what he can do with it. He's far back. This is good at least. SDY and Demon taking control short series. Oh, they're gonna get crunched though. That flashbang is so perfect. Oh, this could be the end. They almost line up in that doorway, but just not enough. Rotation is on. TyLoo might want to blow up through the smoke. They're coming through Monster as well, but actually they hold just to get the utility out.
Coldie here by the pillar. Down at the B-bomb side trying to wait it out. The smoke is in front of him. He's going to be able to hide here a long time. The backup is certainly there. 4 on 3. Technically, TyLoo doesn't actually need to commit to this, but finding the kills, I guess they can't find a good reason why not to. Sodvik going to pick up 1 kill. The grenade is going to land on the bomb hunter. Can't take anyone down. They know where Sodvik is now for sure. Down on the low ground. Extrude is waiting for him on that one side. Actually getting the headshot anyway. Sodvik really doing a good job in this round. I'm still not sure it's going to be enough. Somebody's waiting over there by the sandbags, and it's so hard to clear someone out. And he's actually going to go aggressive. Unusual way to play it, but it works. 15-9 now. TyLoo doing a great job. Moses, the timing to retake the sewers there, to me, that just reeks of having watched demos. Like, it felt like they just knew that very well.
It could be, or it could literally just be a little bit of lucky timing. It's hard to tell. We'd have to talk to them to kind of figure out if they saw,
you know. So perfect, didn't it?
Yeah, it really was a great timing to hit, and that's got to be. I liked that play from Team Spirit. You're kind of lacking in kind of firepower. You have to find some advantage somewhere. Move into short sewers, try and shrink the map, try and find out exactly what's coming, and yeah, just unfortunate nature of that flashbang. It was perfect. 15-9, and Spirit feeling some stress. They had a great start to this half, as you mentioned, that 5-1 run, as we can see on our screen, but they've lost 3 in a row. And again, it's going to be a busted buy. Scout on Davkos, 3 SMGs, and a Famas on Sodvik. No kits. TyLoo might be able to just wrap this one up.
It's looking very likely right now. They would have to make some crucial mistakes. I mean, the first one would obviously be allowing Team Spirit to get back into a range where they can actually have reasonable weapons. Unlike in this round. Of course, sticking around for a second shot, but not connecting with the scout this time. Going to be back out at long instead. They had this set up earlier and it worked, but I just want to reiterate, it's very risky having this kind of setup. There's a ton of ways in which you can get picked off with no player being able to help out the other one.
It worked last time. I think that might be the logic. That was a little bit different. That was an AWP and an M4. And unfortunately, this is going to put them way out of the game. They are far away from being able to rotate over to this B bomb site. SDY in a power position. If Dima can properly bait them in, if TyLoo just does not clear a corner, now we're getting to the point where there's long players. They don't feel any pressure. Sotfik is pushing up. Davkos rotating back. This is going to be a hard hit. TyLoo's got to go now.
Yep. The clock is ticking against them. Dima looking away, but he still gets the double. And now SDY down here with the bomb. He's going to get one more in there. It's looking great at the moment. Backing off and just gets taken out, but still another flank. And the bomb is down again. Now Bentet, 1 versus 2. Needs that quick headshot against Sotfik. He's going to be picking up the bomb and falling back into the site. Ready and waiting for him. On the other side is Davkos. And that scout has put him down to 3 health. This is not good, is it? Bentet. Oh, he's looking for the headshot here, but he's not going to get it. Sotfik will take him down, and Team Spirit will keep it alive. 15-10. Still fighting for overpass.
Weren't able to pick up that AWP and Monster Tunnel. Great hold from Dima, the double kill, and SDY was able to properly just add one more onto it. This is great. The transfer over is beautiful, instantaneous, and that flank as well is just kind of the dagger.
I feel like it was made more scary by the fact that he just looked away, right? He just moved his mouse a little bit too far to the right and then still recovered it.
Uh-oh. TyLoo out of money now. Not fully.
Moses.
Oh, they're going to go for it.
They've got a half Vega squadron here.
Oh, I love this.
This surely cannot work, Moses.
We'll
there
see.
must be justice. Oh, he jumps. He's going to know now. They're coming around the L-band. All 4 of them. This is really hard hitting. Holy, they shut it all down. He was ready for it. It actually looked like that jump could have screwed him because by the time he lands, they're already running up the ramp. And if he's just a little bit hesitant, but that was great. What a shutdown.
More evidence that Vega Squadron is just the only team that can make that work.
Gotta ask permission before you can. Maybe they can teach them.
Yeah, maybe we need like a Vega Squadron YouTube series on how to use the MAC-10.
The MAC-10 masterclass.
Oh, it's a ridiculous concept. But
maybe they weren't jumping enough, Moses.
Yeah, that could be it.
They forgot that part. It is counterintuitive, I'm not gonna lie.
Well, with that kind of investment in the MAC-10s and you get nothing out of it, this is essentially 2 rounds that TyLoo's gonna have to sit out with that kind of a buy, and now you have just Deagles and CZs. 1 flashbang on Captain Mo. These buys have done some damage even earlier in this game, but it's gonna be tough. No utility, so essentially, Spirit can hold on here. 3 more chances, TyLoo, to close this out in map 1.
You said we could have 6 or 7 overtimes on this map. If that happens, some members of production are going to come beat you up later, so...
If that happens, I'm going to beat myself up.
Yeah, I'll film it and put it on YouTube. It's going to be great.
That's your thing. That's your thing. Ooh, that's a great nade. Excurate brought down very low. DD just above half HP. The nice thing about this B bomb site for TyLoo, they don't realize it yet, and they just made some noise, so I imagine we see some rotations. Retake strategy from Team Spirit. And you can understand why. They've been beat up so hard economically at times, they just don't care. They just say, get the plant, you're at 15-11, we'll do the retake, we'll pick 1 or 2 of you off, we'll get a couple players low, and we'll win it from there. That plant can be so helpful to TyLoo, though, and obviously just 1 or 2 solid deagle shots, and maybe something crazy happens.
Strategy's working perfect right now. Before they get to the site, they allow the bomb plant. Doesn't even matter. Bentet go down as well, so I don't mind that at all for Team Spirit. 15-12 now. Edging their way back in the game. Now is the point in time where maybe, I mean hopefully not, but maybe they start to think, man, if we could have, after winning the pistol in the first half, if we could have kept winning the next 2 rounds as well.
You don't think about that yet.
That would have evened it out enough that we would have played like 14-14, maybe even 15-14 in our favor or something like that, or 15-13. Right. It would have been interesting.
Yeah, that'll really eat you alive if you consider that after this map is over. Say you lose this and that'll always be on the back of your head. No AWP for the TyLoo side of things. 15-12 in their favor. They've got 3 rounds to prevent overtime. Spirit, miraculous comeback so far. Dima's low. Davkos got a pick here earlier. It was on Captain Mo, though. I'm not sure if DD is going to be aware. Maybe Captain Mo Passed along the information, and Davkos isn't really going to stick around too much. This is, he's got a teammate here with him.
Those tunnels are so strange because the actual rim of the tunnel doesn't really exist in the game. Like it visually it does, but bullets don't even, there's no damage fall off from shooting through it. So sometimes you can get oh my god.
That's going to piss him off.
Yeah, he's angry.
Almost pisses me off. Here we are. Bathroom hold. Well, Coldy and Zotvik are getting so much information. I don't know if Coldy heard that. He might have been able to hear a couple of those footsteps and called it out. Davkos is actually able to rotate away. This is not ideal. 3 players, SDY and Dima, have so much work to do. They haven't even gotten any damage with their utility. Davkos is even farther away now. He's pushing up towards long. Team Spirit have the wrong read, and they could get punished with the map 1 loss. If this execute comes in at any second, it needs to be now.
Demon's low on health already. Let's just see how this works out. Flashbang had better be damn perfect here. 28 seconds now. TyLoo looking to close out the map. Defense on the bomb site. Very weak at the moment. Dima has to run out of the fire. I know he's not going to make it. Captain Mo taking him down, and Colton with 1 good return. But Didi catching him. And now Zotvik coming in for the flank. He might be the only one right now who can actually open up this bomb site. He needs to get 1 clean kill, but he was in a crossfire and he goes down. And that's it, 16-12 TyLoo taking map number 1 here against Team Spirit. And moving on to Inferno, if they win that as well, they're going to go to the Legends stage. What an interesting way to get started. Somebody with 27 kills. What a hero.
Yeah, he was phenomenal, especially in that first half. The nice thing is, no smiles on this TyLoo side. They know they've got 1 more map. They've got 1 more best of 3, so this is this has been a phenomenal start for them. Yeah.
I feel like that was a good way to start the game, the good game to start the day with, is what I'm trying to say.
A nice warm-up, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was.
Yeah, I think this second map is going to be a little bit better, though. I think it's going to be more action-packed. It felt like Spirit just got a slow start. Very, almost like a sleep at the wheel for the first half.
A little bit too much, right? They couldn't bring it back even if it was close. We are going to go to a quick break. We'll be back with map number 2 in about 7 minutes. So stay with us, and we'll be right back.